All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1008, Bishop versus Sanchez.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my girlfriend, Linda, she hasn't been supporting the child like I feel like she should be doing.
What do you mean she hasn't been supporting the child? You
Well,
talking about emotional support? You talking about financial support? What type of support are you talking about?
Financial support, actually being there, visiting, it's very rare that she comes around.
Okay. And what
And
is
when-
it that you're asking me to do about that?
Well, I would like to have some kind of financial support from her end, and if we could set up some sort of visitation that she actually is in the child's life.
Today's courtroom case takes a dramatic turn. In Bishop versus Sanchez, Mr. Bishop is demanding child support from his ex, Linda Sanchez, for their 2-year-old son. But here's the shocker. Linda admits the child is hers, but says she never wanted him because she only wanted a girl. Mr. Bishop tells the court he's been raising their son alone, without any help, financial or emotional. This isn't just about money. It's about taking responsibility and being there as a parent. With emotions running high, this case asks a powerful question. What does it truly mean to be a parent?
How old is the child?
2 years old.
2 years old.
2 years old.
You don't visit with the baby?
No, I mean,
No?
I have a night job, and so I sleep during the day, so it's really hard to get up and see the child.
So because you have a night job, you cannot spend time with your baby? That's what you're saying today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you not want to be a mom?
No, Your Honor. I did not want the child. Philip convinced me to have him. I thought it would be okay, but it ended up being a boy, not a girl.
So let me get this straight. You do not want the child because it's a boy and not a girl?
Correct.
That is like the most ridiculous thing anybody has ever said in my courtroom. Because of the gender? So do you not think you need to be paying child support to him?
No, he makes more money than I do.
But he has the full responsibility of parenting the child. You're not doing anything. You don't even want the baby.
Yeah, if he wanted the baby, he should take care of it then.
You made that up. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward because, okay, how much money do you make?
$4,000 a month.
4,000. 4,000. What do you do for a living?
I'm an entertainer.
What does that mean?
I'm an exotic dancer.
Oh.
Mr. Bishop takes the stand, his voice steady but heavy with years of struggle. He explains how Linda has been absent, not just in terms of money, but completely disengaged from their son's life. Now he's not only seeking child support, but also a formal visitation agreement, hoping the court will finally hold her accountable. But then comes Linda's stunning response. She openly admits she never wanted the child, placing the blame on Mr. Bishop for pressuring her into keeping the baby. The courtroom falls silent as she drops the real reason for her resentment. She had hoped for a girl. Gasps echo through the room. Her confession doesn't just shift the tone. It raises powerful questions about what it truly means to be a parent, the emotional consequences of rejection, and the deep responsibilities that come with motherhood.
So $4,000. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that exotic dancers cannot be in their children's lives? Oh no, you said you don't want to be in the child's life.
Yes.
You just want him to pay you child support and you want him to assume the full responsibility of taking care of the child too because he wanted the child.
Well, I didn't want child support from him. He can just have...
But you don't want him to pay. I mean, you don't want to pay him.
Correct.
No, that's not how this works. He is not going to be the one that takes care of the child 100% of the time and then you just get to go dance or whatever it is that you do. I'm not exactly sure what you do at your overnight job. That's just not how it works. So let me tell you what we're going to do. You're going to start paying him child support a month. Now, in terms of visitation, if she doesn't want to visit with the child, there's nothing I can do to make her do that. However, she will start paying some sort of child support today, okay?
Okay.
And you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a problem with that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just making sure. So, at $4,000 a month, I have your net calculated at $3,266.81, which brings your child support amount to, you only have one child?
Correct.
Okay, $653.36, and you cover health insurance?
Yes.
How much is it?
$344 a month.
300, and that's for the child only, that doesn't include you, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that amount is going to be added to that. So $653.36 plus the $344 that he pays in health insurance will be $997.36 a month.
Okay.
Okay? All right? That should be enough for you to cover anything that you need to get for the child. And just so you know, this child is going to grow up, obviously. He's 2 years old now. He can come back later as, you know, his life changes, he starts going to school. He might want to put him in private school or, you know, anything like that, any type of extracurricular activities. He comes back in here, you've made more money, you already know what's going to happen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's going to happen?
I will have to pay more.
Oh, okay, long as you understand that. All right? Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay.
You gotta go.
When it's Linda's turn to speak instead of taking responsibility, she flips the script, casting herself as the victim. She explains that her late-night shifts as an exotic dancer leave her exhausted, claiming she simply doesn't have time to be a parent. But then comes the real shocker. She admits without an ounce of remorse that she never wanted her son because he's a boy, not the daughter she had hoped for. The courtroom falls silent. The judge's face says it all, stunned, appalled, and visibly shaken. In disbelief, she calls Linda's reasoning one of the most outrageous things she's ever heard. In her courtroom, whatever sympathy anyone may have had for Linda vanishes in an instant. Her excuses, her cold demeanor, and her blatant rejection of her child reveal something far more serious: neglect and a complete disregard for parental responsibility. This case is no longer just about money. It's about an innocent child caught in the middle of emotional chaos, and a parent desperately trying to make the other face their duty. As the hearing wraps up, Judge Vunder delivers a powerful message. Custodial parents like Mr. Bishop have every right to expect financial support, regardless of how the other parent feels about being involved. Linda's personal disappointment doesn't erase her legal or moral obligations. In the end, justice was served. But the emotional scars from this case run deep. This wasn't just a fight over child support. It was a wake-up call about accountability, neglect, and the unwavering priority that must always come first: the child.